What's up? This is Ribe, Smuggled Audio, and I got another sample breakdown for you. This is going to be off Vinnie Paz's latest release, Tortured in the Name of God's Unconditional Love. And this is going to be the song Spoils of War, featuring Big Twins. And this is a sample that I sent over to my homie Beatnik D. And he was able to make a real dope beat out of that sample. And he sent it over to Vinnie Paz, and he liked it, and he ended up using it. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down real quick and just show you the tracks, what instruments I'm using, and, how I put it all together, pretty much. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so here's the sample. It's called Gravediggers, and it's off Smuggled Keys Volume 4. I wrote it at 83 BPMs, and as you can tell, I didn't use any VST instruments. This is all analog synth hardware. I used the Roland JX3P, the Moog Grandmother, and the Korg Minilog XD. So let's go ahead and get into the individual stems here. So this is going to be the main chord. It's a continuous chord where I'm just hitting it throughout the whole composition. But towards like the 6th and 7th bar, I start adding a little bit of modulation. So let's go ahead and play that. That way you can hear it. Yeah, so it's very subtle, the modulation. You can, if you're not paying attention, you probably won't catch it. But that's for that track. And then this is going to be the Moog Grandmother track. So that I'm pretty much just hitting notes, just tapping notes randomly on the Moog Grandmother with some reverb and some delay. So that's pretty much for that track. And it's just like a filler. It's not really continuous throughout the whole composition. It's just, I throw it in here and there. And then this is the low end, the bass. So this is from the Moog Grandmother as well. And it's just like a growl, a low end growl, just to kind of fill in that low end frequency. So yeah, as you can hear, I am also messing with the filter. I'm cutting the high end, a little bit. I'm tweaking it as I'm recording the notes, just to kind of give it some movement. And now this is going to be the Korg Minilog XD. Let's see. Again, that's just like an effect. Little lead sound with some reverb and some delay. And this is like the melody. So it's the Korg Minilog XD with a little bit of delay. Added some vinyl, just to add a little bit of texture. Sometimes you need that. And this is ripped from vinyl. It's not like from a plugin or anything like that. And then as for the last track, it's going to be the Minilog XD as well. And it's going to be a lead sound. And I'm pretty much hitting the same notes as this first chord. So I'm playing that chord, but I'm just playing the notes out of that chord on this track right here. And there's also kind of a very subtle detuning. I'm sure you can hear it on this track. I just feel like it adds a little bit of flavor. You know what I mean? I'll play it one more time. So it's a 4-bar loop, and then I play it all over again. And then as far as effects for individual tracks, I did all of the processing before it came into Logic. So I was using Holy Grail Reverb Echo and the Obscura delay pedal. At that time, that's what I was using. And so I just added a little bit of EQ, to cut out certain frequencies like the low end, cut out some harsh frequencies. Same, most of your tracks should always have the low end cut out, unless it's like bass, or kicks or something like that. That way you leave space for the bass and the kicks. For the stuff that's supposed to take up that low end frequency, you always want to cut it out on all the other instruments. Not too much, because then you're just cut the life out of. So you kind of have to find a balance. I also added compression on the individual tracks. Not all of them, but just a few. I use the Universal Audio 1176 SE compressor and the Teletronics LA28, both legendary compressors that I use a lot on almost every track. Sometimes I don't even add compression. I just want it to just add some texture to the track, and it does that very well. And for the master, just the Waves L2 Ultra Maximizer, just to kind of get it up, get it loud, get it to the right volume. And that's going to be it for this sample breakdown. I'm going to play the original sample as you would hear it off the pack, and then I'll play the Vinnie Paz full song version so you can hear it. If you want more samples like this, hit up smuggledaudio.com. I have a lot of packs on there. I have drums. I have presets for Arturia Analog Lab. Feel free to check it out.